afternoon, Gail. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks.
I just wanted to invite you here today to talk a little bit about the cover that you did. I love the cover, how you did,
Thank you.
especially the fact that this is a painting. Like you handmade it. It's just insane to me because
Thank you.
I can ask you is like, how did you come up with like this concept when you decided to do like a cover?
So I found this was a photograph I saw on the internet somewhere, and it's actually a real place. And this building is actually there because I went to drive to this town to see it after. So I just really thought it was pretty and had a lot of character, and I really loved a lot of color, and it just caught my eye. So I just wanted to put my spin on it, I guess.
It does have a lot of character, and you could still like. Now that you mention it, I'm realizing you can tell like Stillwater, New Jersey. And
Yeah.
there's a zip code there.
It's like in Warren County or something. Yeah.
Nice.
Use places like that and photographs that I see of other places that just, it's the angle. There's something about this one that I just really liked.
Is that how you normally do your art? Is that mostly do like places, landscaping? What kind of art?
Well, I started mostly doing landscapes.
Okay.
And then as I did more, I got a little more complicated and did more like places with structures. I like doing structures. I like architecture. So foreign places, even if I've never been there, I just find photographs that kind of interest me, and a lot of times I don't even know where they are.
That's nice. At least you visit the place through art,
I
even
guess.
if you can't.
I
like,
guess.
Right?
I guess. Some of the foreign ones, there's just a lot of color in
Yeah.
the buildings and what they have, so just always just catches my eye.
Yeah, I get it, especially like the houses, like foreign houses. I
Yes.
feel like there's so much custom made that there's so much like character to each one of them whenever you're painting a community and
Yeah.
stuff like.
Yeah.
And do you do art like professionally?
No, I mean, I've always been interested in art, and I always did something artsy, but never professional. I mean, I never didn't go to art school, or I could have been an art teacher. I didn't take that
Yeah.
route, but I always enjoyed doing it. So when I picked this back up, I just, just really enjoy it.
For like you just mentioned, you never learned it
No.
professionally, and then
Mhm.
like the fact you never learned it professionally and you're this good is
Thank
like
you.
commendable.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any like specific techniques or routines or stuff that helped you in the process?
I use a very large color palette.
Okay.
Because like I said, I just like color, so I don't have a problem mixing them, but I start out with a lot of colors usually. I don't do have not done any portraits, so I haven't ventured into doing any of that yet. I do a lot of water, scenes with water on boats. I like the reflection, lighthouses, like that kind of thing.
Do you use just like water, like acrylic?
Oil. I'm
other-
using oil, yeah. I've done a lot of work with acrylic also, but when I do painting, I use oil.
Do you find like is that something you found like you liked using oil because of like how it brings out the colors, or you found that easy?
Honestly, I do remember when I was really young wanting an oil paint kit. I don't know why, and actually I still have it, but
That's nice.
I don't know. I just for some reason
Yeah.
thought of it, and then didn't paint with oils for a very long time until I went back and started doing this. So I really do like them because they don't. You just have, for me, there's a lot of creativity that I can do because you're not rushing for things to dry. You can do things over easily. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more freedom.
I don't do anything near this, but I sometimes like to paint as just like a hobby, and like I've tried to experiment with like water and oil. I haven't had much experience with. I've tried to experiment with water and then acrylic a little bit.
Yeah.
Watercolor, I always, like you said, you like working with colors. I'll always end up mixing them together because I don't know how to properly like separate them.
Well, watercolor, I think it takes a lot of talent to do that. That's very specific.
You're
I
right.
never ventured into that. But I do a lot of other things that I use acrylic for.
Yeah, for me, I found that oil was similar to watercolor for me at least. So it's like the fact that you said this was an oil is like you mostly do paintings in oil.
Yeah,
is like
they're all in
real-
oil, all the ones I do, yeah.
Cause like even in oil, it doesn't take a lot to dry, but then like it's so hard. At least I had, like I said, I've only maybe done it once, but I always kept messing it up because I would do a line and then it would dry and then
It's definitely more
picks it up.
challenging with lines and angles. Yeah, it's taken me a while to kind of get better with that. Sometimes I just don't see it, and it's off.
Yeah. Did you have like a specific technique or like steps that allowed you, or just kind of?
Well, when I first started taking instruction 15 or 16 years ago, whatever it was, the instructor that I had at the time was amazing, and she really taught me a lot of things I didn't really know, basic things, and I still use those. That's
One of the final questions for you. If you were to describe yourself as an artist and your art, what would be the 3 words maybe that you could use? Maybe just like think of this painting. What would you use to describe this painting as in the process of getting it drawn?
Well, I would definitely say I try to, challenging, first of all. Unique
Yes.
and colorful. Yeah, it's one of my favorite also.
And then a final question
Yes.
for you to part ways with is for any other artists that are like venturing out, starting out in this space, especially in this area, do you have specific resources or connections or something that you've discovered along the way? Maybe like a class or maybe a place for artists to hang out with, some wisdom from like for people just pursuing art.
Well, for me, I just leave myself Mondays.
Okay.
And I just keep that time open because that's when I go to the art center and take my classes, and I devote Monday. I talk a lot about doing it at home. I have a setup at home, but I haven't really been doing that, certainly
Like
not in
it's
the summer. I would like to start to do some outside as well. I don't feel like there's a ton of resources around here. Art supply stores are very difficult to find because everyone uses online.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like it's particularly artist friendly. But the centers that do have classes, you can find like artists what you're interested in, and you can really pick up stuff from other people. But it's a pretty individual thing, and I find that for me, I'm very happy doing it by myself also.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
for
so
being here
welcome.
today.
You're so welcome.
It's really
Thank you.